I'm going to show you how to edit our orchestra music video. If you need help at all along the way, you can reference this video. It's a lot of footage, but it's not a bad edit as long as we start nice and organized and get everything lined up as it should be. So we're going to put videos in all three of our video segments and audio in three of our music segments, and then our recorded audio in our fourth line here. So first I'm going to open my footage. I'm going to go to my master shot and I'm going to drag it into my first line here. I'm going to keep my settings as usual. And as you can see, it's on the V1 track here, and our audio is on the A1 track. So we're good. I'm going to go ahead and adjust this. Like that. That looks good. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab my long pole shot and I'm going to put that on top and adjust it again. And my third, gonna grab it and put it on top. In our last audio track, we're going to pop in our audio. There's two to choose from. This is the one that we weren't quite getting the audio from both, but it sounds pretty great. If a little violin heavy, I'm gonna go ahead and choose this one, which was recorded on the Zoom that was by Elijah's table. Okay, so I'm gonna drag in my audio. And now I just need to line these up, which they're pretty close lined up. They just need a little bit of adjustment. And we're gonna line them up, not using sound, but instead using our audio waves. So we see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And that's how we're going to line these up here. One thing I did forget to do, which was my bad, is if you are recording in a different setting that doesn't have this kind of audio wave, you know, in movies they have a slate which like claps down the top of it, and that makes a big clapping noise. You can also do that with your hands and just clap, and that'll also help you line up your audio. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in using my little zoomer guy here, and I'm going to line everything up with this second line here. You can do it with whatever one you want. But I'm going to go ahead and line up my first shot. And I'm just using tiny little adjustments here to put it exactly where I want it. I'm going to use my playhead to get really exact with where I want it. And I'm zooming in even more to get even more granular. I'm going to move it just a tiny bit more till it lines up pretty perfectly with that one. Maybe just a touch more. I think it was closer before. Okay, so we got that one. Then we need to do our next one. You can use your little playhead to figure out how much you need to adjust, like line it up and figure out where the start is. That looks pretty good. This one still looks like it's ahead by just a tiny, tiny bit. Oh, looks better. And our last one. Looks good. Okay, now we can give it a little play and see if it's pretty lined up. That's good. I forgot to adjust this one up here. Okay. Okay, so now we're pretty good. We wanted to start at the beginning, so we have all of our audios lined up here. And this part is really important. This, you can't like skimp out on this part, like take the time that it is needed to line all of these up. Because once you start cutting, it'll be 10 million times harder to get everything lined up. So I'm just going to do one last check here to make sure everything is looking good, which it looks pretty darn good. Okay. I'm going to find the start of the piece, which I think should be around here. And I'm going to select my razor tool. I'm going to hold down shift and I'm going to make one cut, and it's going to cut through all of my tracks. And then I'm going to go grab my selection tool and I'm going to delete those tracks, right click on my empty space and ripple delete. Great, this is looking awesome. Okay, so now we have all of our tracks here, all of our footage. I'm gonna go ahead and mute the tracks that I don't want with ours, so we just have our one. Okay, now you're not going to ripple delete anything else. You're not going to move anything else as far as like moving the position of a track. Pretend that everything is frozen. Now we're going to actually edit, and we're going to do this by basically picking which section we want to shine through. So remember, if we hit these eyes, we can see the shots that glow through here. And we want something I'm going to do really quickly is I think this camera is just a touch dark. So I'm going to go into my Lumetri color. If you don't see it, remember you can grab it up here on window and then Lumetri color and check mark it. I'm just going to grab my basic correction and I'm going to up my shadows just a little bit there. And it's much easier to do any sort of edits before you cut up than after. Okay, so now we're going to start editing. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to just decide which shots we want to shine through. So I think I want to start with the master shot. So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze my gimbal shot up and also my long pole shot. And so our master shot is showing. And that looks pretty darn good. With that, I'm kind of remembering to edit on the beat. So I'm going to cut out, I'm grabbing my razor tool, I'm cutting out a section there. And I'm going to see what my long pole shot looks like. I want that. I think I want it to go back to my master for a second and then maybe switch over to my long pole shot. And then we're kind of working with the music here, making our cuts. And I'm going to switch back to our gimbal shot. And because we kind of are getting this zoomed in movement here, that's starting. I'm making a cut. I'm going to cut all the way down to my master. And I'm going to just make some room here. Remember not to pick up pieces and move them. Remember not to pick them up. Everything is frozen in place. Because if you move them, it's going to get our audio all off track, and then you're going to have to start over, which is going to be a bummer. So don't ever pick one of the clips up and move it somewhere. That's not what we're doing. We are just cutting around our pieces that we've already put in place. That was a cool Zoom. That's part. And basically, you're just going to do this for 3 to 4 minutes. But yeah, you'll just do what we just did to the whole thing. And then you'll export it and put it in. So I think the thing is to remember to edit kind of like with the flow, pick the best parts of each of the camera. The cameras that we had, and it'll be really cool when you're done. I would start with like Earlham College Chamber Orchestra as a title, and then fade to black at the end. Okay, you all did awesome. I love this footage so much. It sounds great. It looks great. You all did great. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.